Since the ghosting technique is going to be used for every single mark you draw throughout this course, one thing I want to make clear is that I do not by any means expect you to be able to employ this technique perfectly right from the get-go. Every exercise in this lesson is all about introducing you to concepts and making sure that you understand them. Being able to apply them is going to take a lot more practice and mileage. There are a lot of little mistakes that students make in this exercise, and they are entirely normal and expected, and they will go away with practice. So I'd like to break this exercise down into 3 levels of challenges, where we don't even concern ourselves with the challenges of higher levels until we've gotten comfortable tackling those of the lower ones. The first such level is simply getting a line to flow smoothly. Here you can see that this line is, it's pretty much straight, but it's not going through the intended points. Your accuracy is off, but your execution is solid. It's confident. And that's what we want to focus on for the first level. No wobbling, no stiffness, but your accuracy's trash. Whatever, it's fine. The second level is where you're able to keep your line straight and smooth and get it to pass through these endpoints. As you can see here, it's fairly close to passing through that endpoint, definitely closer than level 1, and it overshoots. So, at the starting point, we've got a pretty decent start, but we aren't able to stop right on a dime. One thing that can help with that is to lift your pen as you make the mark and as you finish. Most students will initially try and slow to a stop like this. And that slowing down isn't entirely responsive. So instead, making a point of lifting your pen as it ends will produce a more tapered end, which can make your lines look more lively. And it can also, with practice, of course, be a mark that will end more quickly and more responsively to what you need it to do. So on the point of making your lines more fluid, when you stay too long on an endpoint, or if you press too hard, you'll end up with ends that are pretty much just stopping at a very significant thickness. And this kind of uniformity can make your lines feel more dead. So being sure to draw with more confidence and controlling how the pen lifts off precisely where you want it to, of course, with practice, will get you much more fluid, lively lines in the long run. And the third level of this is simply that you can keep your lines straight and smooth, get pretty close to passing between your start point and your end point, and they don't overshoot or undershoot very much. So when you're dealing with level 1, these concerns of accuracy, if you are still wobbling that line, don't even worry about accuracy. Focus on getting a smooth stroke. When you're struggling to get your line to actually touch these start and end points, don't worry about making sure that they stop right at that point. Just get them to go through it. And then once you are comfortable with that, then you can start working on getting your lines to stop where they need to stop. I cannot stress this enough. Do not sit here and grind this exercise as part of the lesson 1 homework until you hit the 3rd level. Just being able to complete level 1 is totally fine for our purposes here. Your homework for this exercise is only meant to convey that you understand what you should be aiming for, not that you can apply it all perfectly. You will have ample opportunity to improve on this later, as all the exercises you complete in a given lesson will be added to your regular warm-up routine. Nothing here gets left behind. As you move on from this lesson, your warm-ups will still consist of doing quite a few ghosted lines, superimposed lines, ellipses, boxes, and so on, and with every new lesson you complete, you're just going to be adding more exercises to that pool that you have to pull from for your warm-ups. We talked about this, of course, in lesson 0, so if this is all new to you, you should definitely go back and refresh your memory of that lecture.